If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're old, welcome. My name is Acing and my channel captures bits and pieces about myself, sometimes when I'm traveling, other times when I'm cooking, and other times about career. So today we are going to talk about the Chevening application, particularly the Acing questions. Last video talked about the 5 things you need to consider as you prepare for the Chevening application. And now that the Chevening has been launched, finally, Chevening Scholarship has been launched. It was launched on the 3rd of September and it's going to go through up to the 3rd of November. So you have enough time to prepare for the application. So today I'm just going to give you some few tips based on my experience and from knowledge sharing with my colleagues on how best you can ace your Acing questions, how best you can have that wow effect. I hope you're going to like this video. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. Also, don't forget to hit that notification button so you'll be the first person to know when I upload new videos. Finally, Chevening is launched. Welcome back, people. Welcome back. I hope you have your pens and papers because today we are talking about ways to ace the Acing question, ways to have that wow effect. Our focus is going to be on the Acings, but Chevening has other things, other aspects that you need to consider. But today we are just going to talk about the Acings. Now, the Chevening application has 4 Acings. One that talks about your leadership and influencing skills. The other one talks about your networking skills. The other one about your study in the UK. And the last one about your career plans. Let me say this. Now is not the time for you to define what leadership is. No. It's not the time for you to define what leadership is. It's not the time for you to define what influencing skill is. It's not the time for you to define what networking is. No. The word count is very limited. It's 500 words. Use those 500 words to talk about you, to talk about the things you've been able to achieve. And to talk about the things you've been able to achieve, there are a lot of them. But then how best do you put them across? That's what this video is all about. So first of all, you want to list out the things that you've been able to do, list out your experiences, and then you pick out those ones that are very relevant, those ones that are relevant to your application. Pick out those ones that have a wow effect. Pick out those achievements that have a wow effect. So you've picked them out, you've noted them. Now it's time for you to write your Acing. So we are going to use a simple approach, which is a STAR approach. If you haven't heard about the STAR approach, please go online, Google it, and have more information on how best you can apply the STAR approach on your Acings. But this video is just going to give you a summary, and I hope it's going to help you. So let's talk about the STAR approach. So the first letter on the STAR, which is the S, is talking about situation. You have to give the context of the story. What is the context of the story? You want to also use the WH questions to be able to narrate the context of the story. Who, where, how, when. You know, use those approaches, use those questions to write out the context of the story. Also try as much as possible to quantify your story. Quantify your story. Because in quantifying your story, the reader is able to understand the magnitude of the problem or the magnitude of the context, or is going to have a vivid representation of the context in which you're trying to put across. So we have talked about the S. Let's talk about the T. So the T refers to task. What task are you supposed to accomplish? What were you asked to do? What was your role? So you want to bring out your role in the story. Bring out your role. What were you asked to do? What was your task? So you want to bring out your role. What was the challenge you were trying to, solve? So bring out those things at the level of the task. Now you've talked about the situation. You've talked about your role. Now you're talking about your action. What actions did you take to solve that challenge? What actions did you take to, put out to solve the problem you identified? So that's the action. So we list out the actions you took. And also, mind you, please avoid using the we. Yes, it could be a teamwork, but in the team, you were in the team. So bring out your own individual achievement. You should be referring to as I, not saying we did that or we did this. So you should say I did that, so that the reader is able to picture you doing whatever you're trying to put across. So we've talked about the S, we've talked about the T, we've talked about the A, and now we are going to talk about the R, which is results. So results basically is talking about what was the impact of your actions. Were there any impact? Yes. How? So you have to talk about the impact of your action, the results of your action. Were there any changes? Yes. Also try as much as possible to quantify your change. If there has been any impact, you want to also quantify it so that the reader can better understand your story. So some other people want to put what you learned as a result of doing, conducting your task, as a result of doing what you were doing. So you want to also put something like the learning part of it in your answers, but then it's up to you to include the learning part of it. So that is the STAR approach in summary. I really hope that it's going to help you carve out relevant things for your AC. You want to also make sure you're writing in English. Chevening is English, and you have to write in English language. If you have difficulties, you can use softwares like Grammarly that can help grammatically wrong in your essays. So another tip is you can also just have a notepad with you wherever you go to. You pick out points, you note points that could be relevant to your essay. I hope this video was able to help. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and also don't forget to hit that notification button so that you'll be the first to know when I upload videos. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.